Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Talha Parkar, and in this video we will be working on Tableau and I'll be focusing on tooltips. So as you see, I've imported my Excel file already and I have 3 sheets and we'll be working with the order sheet. This is the global superstore data set that you can get from Chrome. You can search it. It's called the global superstore V2. It's a 2016 data set. And now that I've imported my dataset, let's go to my sheet and we'll be solely focusing on tooltips. So let's wait a couple of seconds. Actually, this dataset has around 50,000 rows, 51,000 rows. Hence, it takes a couple of seconds. Like you saw, it took 13 seconds. So right now, let's focus on. Let's create a map. That's cool. So we have a map over here that shows all the cities. Okay, so I know it's a bit cluttered, but we can work with the size. You can take it down a notch, take it up. Let's keep it this way. This is cool, right now for this purpose, for the tooltips purpose. And let's name this map. Okay, now let's create another sheet. Okay, now the dashboard. Let's create another worksheet, and over here let's say I want to see different ship modes, and I want to see the quantity, and I want to see this, let's say, as a table itself. Okay, so let's rename this as, so this one, we're working with this one right now, the text table. So let's call it a text table. And similarly, now we go back to the main sheet, we go to tooltip over here, and within tooltip you press enter. You can go to insert. Okay, then you can go to sheets and you can add the text table. You see the name because it was the name of the sheet, and you press it, automatically generates some code. You press OK, and now when I hover my mouse over any of the bubble that is representing different cities, I can see the quantity of goods or products transported to that particular city via a particular shipping mode. So for example, in Bolivia, in Chuquisaca, that's a difficult name to pronounce. The second, via second class, we've transported, let's say, 2 products. So that's, I think, in thousands or hundreds, I don't know. And via standard, it's 18. Similarly, if we come somewhere in India, the number's a bit higher. If we have a look at America, we've used all the shipping modes. So that depends. Now this is a tooltip. Okay, for example, if I remove this, let's say I'm deleting this first row and I press OK, what you see now is a standard tooltip. Okay, and the one that you saw was a different visual as a tooltip on top of another visual. So let's add that back, and there's something interesting. Okay, just give me a minute, I'll create another visual. Let's create a line chart. Okay, that depicts let's say it depicts profit over time. Okay, so I double click on profit, I double click on my order date, and I got a line chart. Drop down over here and let's go to the month option. Okay, I want to see the months across all the 4 years. That's cool. So this is a standard tooltip that you see here. Let's come back to my map. Let's go to tooltip. Let's go back to insert and sheet and align chart. Press OK. Now just look what happens. Okay, now you see 2 tooltips. As you see here, we can see 2 different tooltips that depict, one depicts profit over 4 months, over 4 years by months, and one depicts the ship mode and the quantity of products transported via that shipping mode to that particular state in that particular country. Similarly, I was working on a different Tableau worksheet, and over there I created 4 tooltips. So I just wanted to see how many tooltips can I add. So with 2 it works, it depends on how many you need. So 1 would work just fine to depict a particular type of data, but if you want 2, you could have 2 like I showed you. But here it allows me to have even 4, so that option is available. It doesn't look good because it goes out of the sheet, it doesn't look that good, but you have that option. So not, you don't necessarily need to use it. So let's cut out one of them. Let's cut out the horizontal bars and press OK. So now you see 3. So 3 also, it says that the view is too large. So similarly over here as well, in this worksheet as well, if I just take out the tree map and I press OK, 2 works fine. But for some areas it says that the view is too large. Depends if there's a large bar, or the size of the bar is much larger than the other one. So that depends on the type of data set that you're working on, the type of information you want to present. So 1 tooltip is perfectly fine. 2 if it's manageable, or else 1 should do the work. So this is how tooltips operate in Tableau. I showed you how to add them. You can just create any sheet, and you can go to insert, and you can select the sheet that you want to enter. Okay, that is how it is done. So that's it. That's Tableau. That's tooltips in Tableau. This is different than Power BI, because in Power BI you have to go and turn on a couple of options in the settings in the format pane. So here it's a bit easier to to add a tooltip to any visual compared to Power BI. Thank you. I hope you learned something new. Stay tuned for more content on Power BI, Tableau, Excel, and PowerPoint. Thank you.